No, ya la verdad me siento muy mal. Me hubiera gustado ayudar más al equipo, por lo menos salvar 2, 3 más, pero pues así es el fútbol. Igual teníamos que terminar el partido antes para que no se fuera a penales, entonces ya, me siento mal.
¿Qué representa para ti jugar la League Cup, jugar con mexicanos y te viendo una oportunidad para demostrar de lo que estás capaz para el LAFC?
Claro, sí, no, sueño hecho realidad. Desde niño siempre quise jugar en la Liga Mexicana, pero pues se siente igual, jugando contra equipos mexicanos. De seguro mis abuelos y mis papás están muy orgullosos de mí y igual yo me siento muy contento. No ha jugado en muchos meses, entonces también estoy muy feliz de eso, de que el equipo, de que los entrenadores me dieron la confianza en meterme.
David, un poquito, bueno, evidente después del resultado te veíamos salir de la cancha con esa frustración, ¿no? Pero qué lecciones deja también por el formato que se tiene que definir de esa manera en penales y que se termina tirando 4 penales.
Claro. Ya, me hubiera, como le dije, me hubiera gustado más ayudar al equipo, por lo menos salvar 2 o 3 más, pero pues ni modo, así es el fútbol. Hay que olvidarnos de esto y enfocarnos en el partido que sigue contra Pachuca.
Pero desde esta lección, la del equipo sobre la línea, que han sido meses de mucha carga, bueno, el iniciarlo un poco, refrescar todo.
Claro, no, sí, nos encanta este torneo, es otra oportunidad de ganar otro trofeo para nuestra afición, entonces vamos a dar lo máximo para ganar ese trofeo. Gracias.
¿Cómo mirar la página para el próximo partido? En lo personal, volviste a la terminal del juego, reemplazando a Hugo Lloris. ¿Cómo te sentiste en este partido y en los penales también?
Claro, sí, llevo muchos meses sin jugar, pero la verdad pues me sentí bien. Creo que un error, pero gracias a Dios nada pasó. Pero sí, muy contento, muy feliz. Pero gracias a los entrenadores que me dieron la confianza en mí. Entonces hay que seguir para adelante.
Pudiste atacar algunos penales en el compromiso. Ahora, ¿cómo mirar la página para el siguiente partido?
Claro, sí, muy frustrado. Me hubiera gustado ayudar más al equipo en atajar por lo menos 2, 3 más. Pero pues así es el fútbol. Me voy a quedar con la cabeza arriba para dar buena actuación el viernes o el jueves, perdón.
Se escuchaba desde la prensa que la afición de los gritaba su nombre, ¿no? ¿Cómo te sentiste ahí atrás,
Sí.
tapando?
No, sí, me sentí muy feliz. Desde que el equipo empezó, siempre soñé en jugar aquí en LAFC. Como yo nací aquí, está cerca de mi casa, de mi familia. Entonces sí, es un sueño hecho realidad.
Estos minutos te dan confianza en lo personal para seguir atacando.
Claro que sí. Estos partidos me van a ayudar mucho para mi confianza. Llevo muchos meses sin jugar, entonces yo creo que hice una buena actuación hoy. Entonces hay que seguir para adelante.
¿Te dijo algo Hugo Lloris en la tanda de penal?
No está aquí, anda en Francia, pero pues cuando regrese hay que sentarnos con él y platicar un poco, a ver qué piensa.
Gracias, David.
Gracias.
Bueno, no es ideal de perder en penales. Sabemos que cuando llegamos al penal es un poco de suerte que se pasa y teníamos que hacer el trabajo durante los 90 minutos. Teníamos oportunidades, yo tenía algunos otros también y eso no es como queríamos comenzar este torneo, pero la verdad es que tenemos 2 partidos más en esta fase de grupo y tenemos que mirar también lo positivo para que llegamos a un otro nivel contra dos equipos que son muy fuertes.
¿Cómo te parece este nuevo formato de la League Cup y lo que representa enfrentar equipos mexicanos? Vienen de un torneo de un año muy largo con la MLS, el Mundial de Clubes y ahora la League Cup también.
El formato es el formato. Es otro que decide cómo vamos a jugar este torneo y para mí es jugar los partidos cuando vienen, pero siempre es bueno jugar equipos de otras ligas y los equipos de Liga MX son de buen nivel, entonces es una oportunidad de probar cómo nuestro nivel cómo es nuestro nivel y tenemos dos equipos más que serán muy fuertes, pero también pensamos que podemos ganar y meternos en una posición de avanzar a la próxima fase.
Tan frustrante es iniciar, ¿no? de esta manera, donde ellos consiguen igualar, habían tenido ciertas oportunidades y después, bueno, lo que vimos, la locura de los penales.
No es ideal ese inicio, pero también había algunos momentos positivos en el partido, un buen ritmo del equipo, de todos que jugaron, pero también necesitábamos estar más clínica con las oportunidades, entonces es un poco mixto la vista del partido, pero no tenemos mucho tiempo para estar enojado. Hoy, esta noche sí puede ser, pero mañana tenemos que recuperar y ir por más contra los próximos equipos.
Esperaban ver a un Mazatlán de esa manera. En el pasado ha tenido éxito en League Cup y justo le decían, ¿no? que les gustan a ellos los torneos internacionales y al venir aquí se crecieron contra un equipo como el LAFC.
Yo pienso que es nuestro que no era la oportunidad de ganar, era de nosotros y teníamos muchas oportunidades en el partido, entonces ellos jugaron un partido que era bien para esta situación, pero yo no, la culpa es de nosotros, no de los árbitros o otro equipo o nadie, es solo nosotros que no hicimos el trabajo a 100%, algunos por cientos donde faltábamos esta noche y bueno, va a ser mejor en los próximos.
Get that answer in English, just as you mentioned, when you guys are at fault of not doing certain things on the field to get the results, especially the missed opportunities to get ahead.
Yeah, I think this football, every now and then, or sometimes there's going to be games where you do things right, but the final pass or the final shot isn't the clinical action that you want, and so we're not going to look at this game and say everything was horrible. The reality is we did some good things, and we also lacked the final product. And so we have 2 games to get it right. We'll see how the results were on the other side, or the results were in the other games, see where we stand in the table, and see what we have to do to get through and have an opportunity to make a run.
Turnaround against Pachuca Friday, what are your expectations for that team?
I'm not so sure about Pachuca at the moment because our focus has been on Mazatlan, but we'll get right to it tomorrow. Obviously, it's a team that had success in 2023 in the CONCACAF Champions, so we know that they're a team that is capable of producing good moments in tournaments. We also believe that we're a team that's capable of doing that, so it's going to be a matchup of experienced teams, I presume, and we'll see, but I believe that we're going to end up on top.
What do you think of the new format and the games that we'll see head-to-head between MLS and Liga MX pretty much throughout?
I'm indifferent to the new format. We just adapt to what we're told the tournament is going to look like, find a way to get 3 points on Friday, and keep moving forward. Each format has its pluses and minuses, and at the end of the day, you just want to lift the trophy, so it doesn't matter what it is, you just go out there and perform.
Yeah, it was definitely first and foremost unfortunate not to get a win, unfortunate not to get a shutout. I definitely think we did what we were supposed to with the ball, and definitely stuck together as a team, but sometimes it doesn't always bounce your way. But I think we just need to be a little bit more cutthroat in the attack and then just keep applying pressure, especially when we're at home. But outside of that, I'm still, I think the team did well, just not as good as I would have hoped, I'd say. Interesting question. No, I wasn't necessarily surprised. They're a good team. They did a good job to take their chances. I think we did less of a good job taking our chances. But yeah, we need to be more adept and just more aware in the scenario. When you score the first 5 minutes right after, that's definitely going to be a little bit of high energy, high octane spirits from the other side. And I just think we were a little bit naive, is a way to put it.
How to wait to start the League Cup journey, especially with the big games, 24 games. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it was a lot. Like I knew we were starting it. I was shooting 10th. And not to say I wasn't ready, but I was like, it's unlikely it makes its way to 10 or 11 or even back to Denis going first again. But that's just our job to be ready. And, sometimes these things, I think I've seen one before go to like 18 players each, to where guys are, almost everyone's shooting twice. So
kind of have to be ready for everything. Like I said, I would have personally preferred if we didn't have to go to PKs, but outside of that, yeah, still went decent. Oh, we're doing well. We're a team that plays a lot of games, a lot of competitions, earlier with CONCACAF Champions League and then Club World Cup, so we're kind of attuned to playing every 4 to 5 days. Need to get the spirits back up to a good level. I wouldn't even say they're down too much. Guys kind of know what today was. But it's a really good opponent coming this weekend. I believe they beat San Diego in San Diego, which is pretty impressive. And yeah, the next two are going to be really tough for us.
How much is that taking a toll? You mentioned like all the games that you guys have had, all the competitions. Do you see that as affecting you guys in some way? The games that you have under your guys' legacy?
Yeah, not too much really. I think if anything, it's only we have to look at the physical aspect of things. But mentally, as a player, you kind of really just want to play the games. You enjoy trainings, of course, but the game. I mean, there's no fans at trainings. There's no really that intense grit that you can get. And when it's just 3 games in a week, sometimes 8, 9 games in a month, that's what we really enjoy doing. So I think we'll be okay.
Bunch of missed opportunities first 25, 30 minutes of the match. Can you talk about how that may have affected the latter half of the match as well?
Yeah, I think in the second half too, some opportunities we didn't take advantage of. So I was quite pleased with the performance tonight, defensively and all the way up until the final moment in the opponent's box. I think we could have been a little cleaner and more clinical or more to finish our chances because we clearly had them. So you did a lot for 3 points tonight. You did a lot right, but as cruel as this game can be sometimes, you fall asleep once defensively and you're punished, and then you lose in penalties. So it's a bitter pill for us to swallow, but we'll get over this and move on. And we'll look at a lot of the good things in the performance, in the scouting report, and what worked, and then so there was a lot of good tonight too.
Steve Mazzolan came into this game having played 3 games in their Apertura, 1-1-1. How difficult, if challenging at all, is it to prepare for a team that hasn't had a great body of work to start their season?
Well, our scouting department, our coaching staff, and our video analysis are very good at their jobs, and so it's we follow players in our region for years and years and years. So nobody on the field tonight was a surprise. And I think, their match plan, the first 3 games in their league was pretty clear. It was a little different tonight. But the way we train our team and the way we do things here at LAFC is, we have a box of tools and solutions. And our players know, and this is how we train them in principle-based training. If the opponent gives you this, then you do this, and if they do that, then you do this. And so, kind of regardless of what the opponent does, if there shouldn't any surprises shouldn't really throw us off our game. We should have solutions, and I saw that tonight. I think our guys reacted very, very well and found solutions. Just couldn't come up with one more play to finish the game off.
Hey, Coach. I'm just curious about your today's choice of starting lineup. What went into it, and how do you come up with that?
Yeah, what went into it was already in the season a ton of games and a lot of travel and a lot of fatigue and a small roster and some injuries. And so it's my job not to only win games or prepare the team to win games, but also protect the players. And sometimes it's just the games come in too fast of a fashion for us to start the same team week in and week out. And we also believe in everyone on our roster, and I think the guys who started tonight did a great job. They certainly played well enough to win this game.
Thank you.
One last one down here up front.
Hi, Coach. You brought on several starting caliber players after the 60th minute. I was just curious, how much did the score at the time and the game, the way the game had gone, factor into that, or was that always the plan? And how did you feel that impacted the game from that point forward?
That was always the plan, and so regardless of scoreline, that was happening. And I thought it was okay. We were always threatening and playing to goal, and always dangerous, and pretty much in every minute and every phase of the game, maybe except for the first 5-6 minutes we were not. But other than that, I saw us playing to goal and creating moments, and not just with the start as in the end, also prior to that. So I didn't see a huge difference, but I think they helped, and we were hoping that it would finish the game, but it didn't, and that's just the way this goes.